Hello Aquarius, welcome to February. This is Natalia with your angel card reading for February 2016. And first of all, I want to say happy birthday to all of you Aquarians who are having a birthday in the month of February. So this reading is a 9-card reading, and it is for you if you are an Aquarius sun sign, moon sign or rising sign. And I have done a special romance reading for you at the end of the reading, so make sure you listen all the way through to the end, because this is the month of Valentine's Day, and whether you celebrate or not, there's love everywhere, isn't there? So, we got to indulge in a little bit of it. So let's have a look at love for you too, right at the end. And it's coming up during your reading as well. So, some of the past influences that are affecting this month, so maybe December, January, these are some of the energies that are just setting us up for the month of February. And I feel as though you've gone through a little bit of a healing process. It's been a little bit of an emotional, turbulent time for you, because you've got the 3 of air and the 5 of air. Now, the air cards are all about the quality of thought, intellect, what's on our mind. So they aren't what's real, but they are how we perceive things. So 2 people could look at things differently, couldn't they? So it could be raining outside, and one person would go, "Oh, what an awful day. The day's ruined because it's raining." Another person might think, "Oh, thank goodness, I didn't want to go anywhere, and I was going to have to go out shopping, I was going to have to go for a walk, and now it's raining, I've got an excuse not to go. I'm so happy." So can you see what happens? Our mind's very powerful. It enables us to see situations, and so we can, have to have a very strong influence on our mind. So you've been experiencing sadness in your mind, and maybe a period of healing, of licking your wounds, of grieving over things that maybe haven't worked out well, because the 5 of air is all about us beating ourselves up and going, "Oh, why did I do that? Why did I make that choice? Why did I go down that road? Why did I open my heart to that person and then they just trashed it?" Or, it's all of those things where we're just going, "Oh, I'm trying to make sense of what happened, and I'm beating myself up and beating other people up in the process." And then there's a period of feeling a little bit sad and mourning what's passed out of our life, because the 5 of air is all about letting go. And this is about letting go of what's in your mind, what's occupying your headspace. So anything that's been irritating you, worrying you, you're beating yourself up about, that things haven't gone right, and you've maybe been a little bit hurt by it, you just need to let go of that, because you've got some fantastic new stuff coming in February. And Astrolada talks about, she has a video on her channel about your birthday, your day of birth, being like your solar return, and it's almost like your personal new year, which is a really exciting time. And I know some of you have your birthdays in January as well, but even so, it's very close to your birthday. So it's important this time of year. It's just like this new lease of life. We've also got the Chinese New Year, if you're interested in that. And I feel like what's happened for you the last couple of months is about forgiveness, forgiving yourself, about getting quite deep emotionally, but also being in your head. Well, now it comes the time where you strengthen up, you start to open the floodgates, and Mercury is no longer retrograde. We're coming out of the shadow period of Mercury. Mercury had put a barrier in front of a lot of us in terms of being able to communicate well with people, and having limitations in what we wanted to achieve, because you have to redo things, or you have to just be patient until the planet who helps us to move things forward is actually going forward. And what I'm seeing is this being a month where you have a great deal going on in terms of being sociable. So if it is your birthday month, then get out and party. Make sure that you're out and about meeting people. I know that certainly where I live, the weather isn't terribly brilliant, but don't let that stop you. Don't let things get in your way. That you are getting to the point of releasing this harsh judgments that you've had on yourself in terms of decisions you've made, people that you've let in, maybe stuff that's happened to you. You're just letting go of that. And so have compassion for yourself and other people. You're finding it a lot easier to be stronger mentally, and you have more vitality as well, because right in the center of your reading about what is coming into the month, the whole energy is about this. Still in your mind, you've got the Knight of Air, so the air element being about mental energy, but equally The Knight of Air is about being forceful, about being able to move mountains, make things happen, really start to gallop off into the sunset. And things taking off and things starting to happen. So it feels as though just after we get out of the gate of the beginning of February, you start to see progress in things that you haven't been able to move forward. Things that have felt stuck seem to just suddenly, miraculously, be able to get off the starting blocks. Associated with this, you've also got the Ace of Fire, and that's all about exciting new opportunities. And sometimes the Ace of Fire has this kind of Uranus type quality about it, where surprises are placed in our lap. So things that you've forgotten about, avenues you were pursuing that didn't pay off, can suddenly, out of the blue, happen. So, for example, maybe you're wanting to write a book and you sent a book proposal to a publisher or an agent, and you didn't hear anything for 2 years, and all of a sudden it gets picked up because the subject you were writing about has suddenly become newsworthy or become important and of relevance. Or it's just that list that, of books that they were looking for authors for has changed, and that subject comes up and your name's at the top of the pile. It can be something as interesting as maybe something that you applied to do a long time ago, that a hold was placed on it, and then suddenly the project can move forward again, and then they're re-looking at your application. It can be all sorts of things, but it's generally in relation to something that you're very passionate about, something that you've pursued, and you start to see real progress with it. So you've got the Knight of Air in terms of your mental drive to be able to want to get something off the ground, but also you've got this very harmonious aspect coming in of the energy of fire. So air and fire, fire cannot survive or cannot grow without having air, and air on its own, it's it can it can just stir up lots of trouble, tornadoes and hurricanes. We've got the fire element, we've got that kind of Mars energy, we've got that driving forward, that ability to actually spark something that can become real. And what is really lovely to see is that you've got this great balance in your reading, because you've got groundedness here. So I've got you wanting to start something new, having the energy and the will to be able to do it, that you've maybe been licking wounds over the last 6 to 8 weeks. Now you're getting out of that place of woe is me. I'm going to actually do something. And then the cosmos is saying to you, yes, we're behind you. You're in that right headspace. Let's give you cosmic energy to support you in doing that. So you've got the Dreamer card, which is all about starting new things, new beginnings, but they're all about your hopes and dreams. So anything that you have wanted to begin, that you've wanted to get off the ground, that you're very passionate about, you've got the willpower to do it, you've got the cosmic energy willing you on, and then you've got this dream, this vision in your mind, and all of those three things, wow, they create this amazing ability to manifest, which is where we end with the King of Earth. And that's literally like everything you touch turning to gold. Now that hasn't always been the case for you, right? Because we're subject to limitations. Barriers are put in our place because they're all about hurdles we've got to leap over. If life was easy, it wouldn't be as exciting and interesting. If when you achieve something and it's been a really long, hard road and a struggle, sometimes it makes that success all the more sweeter. And when things are easy, we just kind of say, well, that was so easy. I feel like I'm a little bit of a fraud here. But oh boy, you're going to really relish the success that you get coming in. And so by the end of the month, not only have you got the will to succeed, you've got the all of the stars are aligning for you to succeed in this area, whatever it is that you're thinking of right now. That's what it is in relation to. You've got the vision, and then you see the things actually manifest into reality with the King of Earth. So we always want to see Earth in a reading. We want to see Earth because Earth is all about groundedness. It's about manifesting. It's about reality. It's about seeing these things become a vision of reality. I pulled out a couple of more cards as well, just to clarify some things because of the 3 and 5 of arrows getting at the beginning of your reading. And I got the Queen of Earth and the 8 of Earth. So not only are you wanting things to happen, you are driving forward to make them happen, but there is this groundedness, there is this manifesting. You are going to be able to, you're not going to be full of yourself as well when these things happen. You're going to be very grateful about it, and you're going to work very hard. I see a lot of hard work, but I just feel like you're going to have the energy to do that, okay? Now, I promised you to give you a bit of romance reading, and I drew 2 cards for you from the Romance Angels cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Isn't that just the perfect name for an author of some love cards, Radley Valentine? So we have the honeymoon card and we have the playfulness card. So I think it's not all work in the month of February. I think you're going to have time to really enjoy having some close time, some bonding time with your significant other if you are coupled up, if you're in a relationship. It's about, I feel like the heaviness that's been over you over the last 2 months is leaving, and you're able to, because things are going well in your work life, in your career, in your whole life purpose direction, it feels like you're able to sit back and relax and exhale a little bit and to just have a bit of fun with your beloved. So if you're planning any kind of holidays, if you want to have a little mini break, a little getaway with your loved one, this would be a really good month to do it. So if you're planning on doing that, get those brochures out, get on the telephone, get booking tickets or theatre tickets or hotel rooms. Just do it because it's starred very well. But also recapture the romance in your relationship. That's very important because it's so, even if you're connected, your relationship's strong, it's so important to make sure that your loved one knows they're loved and appreciated, and to play and to go back and, I do say this a lot in my readings. This card comes up a lot. And when I was shuffling the romance cards, I always notice if there's a card that I see while I'm doing the shuffling, and I noticed the child card in your, while I was shuffling to pull your cards out. And the child card is all about, when we're children, we have no worries, we have no cares. We live in a little bit of a world of fantasy. So we start to imagine, let's play, let's do this, let's be spontaneous. So anything that you were thinking about being spontaneous, and then your grumpy head went, oh no, but we can't afford it. Oh no, but we shouldn't. Really, it's February and we should wait till summer. Just do it. You've got my permission, obviously, as long as you can afford to, and you're not going to end up getting fired from work because you're taking time off that you can't afford. But you can do things, okay? Now, if you're single and you are open to love, I think love's on the agenda, certainly. Now, you had the King of Earth coming up in your reading, so that can be an earth sign person coming into your life. So that can be either Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. And you are also just, again, enjoy any honeymoon period of dating new people. Don't get too serious too soon. Try not to get yourself wound up about, oh, they're not calling me, they're not texting me. Just go and play. Enjoy dates. If somebody else asks you out and there's somebody who isn't, particularly showing a very strong interest, but you've been on dates with them, well, date the other person as well. Just enjoy this month. It's full of sweet energy for just having a really nice time. And you may be on the receiving end of Valentine's gifts or cards because you've got the playfulness and the honeymoon card. So romance is around you. And, even if you're not experiencing romance, and even if you get to the end of February and you say, well, no potential partner turned up for me, just know that things are starting to work out well for you. You've got taking this leap of faith. You've got these wonderful new opportunities coming in for you about what you're passionate about in life and seeing them grounding and manifesting. And just know that we're only in February. We have another 10 months of the year for you to find love, and I'll be looking at that again for you next month. So take care, Aquarius. I hope it's a fantastic month of February for you, filled with everything that you want. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me to find out what's happening for you personally, you can find the details below this video and also by visiting astrolada.com.